Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and information on Path of Exile. And the first news has been more tickets for ExileCon 2023, and well, they're going on sale on the 2nd, or actually on the 22nd of September at 2 p.m. that is PDT time, so be sure to convert it on your correct time zone. And I know it's not really easy to go New Zealand, and the price of the tickets is actually pretty high, but it might definitely be worth it, even though the current state of the game is not the best that it's ever been. By 2023, GGG is probably gonna turn it around one way or the other. Also, it's not impossible to think that at ExileCon they will have a beta playable for PoE 2, and actually probably announce it for the December expansion, or maybe the December launch of PoE 2. I mean, that might be a very good time. Also, not sure if that marks the 10th year since the game went in beta, so it might be a really good moment. And well, if you're having doubts right now, you might still want to get the tickets. And GGG is also saying that this is the final large wave of tickets, so they cannot reserve them for you. So if you want them, you have to be online at the right time. Last batch of tickets was sold out pretty quickly, so definitely be sure to be online at the right time if you want your ticket. Also, we are gonna have some additional changes to Calandra mostly. And well, not only Calandra but Arch Nemesis as well. So first up, in the lake, they're planning to remove gem chests because, well, I mean, no one really needs gems anyway, and they mostly will be replaced by currency chests, which, I mean, better than nothing, I guess. And also they're planning to reduce the spawn rate on the Reflection of Dream encounter, which is completely busted at the moment, so nothing strange there. A pretty funny one, they want to lower the duration of shock ground on death, so another on death effect, from 25 seconds to 10 seconds, and many players actually wondered how 25 seconds, I mean how half a minute was their correct number anyway. I mean, an on death effect that lingers for 25 seconds is like an eternity, and if you're in the middle of a fight with a boss, I mean, that's probably what they were thinking, like it adds that difficulty for a while. I don't know, I mean, on death effect mostly shouldn't exist. I can understand the volatiles that explodes after a while. I mean, you see them and you dodge them, and that's an engaging mechanic, but like rounds that degen or just stay there for an eternity, they're just boring stuff mostly. And on the same note, removing the damage from Permafrost's cold damage ground area, I mean, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, a chilled area, you wouldn't think it damages you mostly. It does at the moment, and this patch is not yet live, so the Permafrost ground actually does damage to you right now. And again, another on that effect, they are lowering the incendiary fire damaging ground area from 4 seconds to 3. I mean, that's just a very small change, and honestly, I don't know about that. Also giving a little bit of a treatment to the Ice Prison Arch Nemesis, not change it too much, except the prison is going to be up rather like 50% of the time rather than 60, and there's going to be fewer overall prisons. And I mean that's okay. If you have a phasing flask, you most likely aren't caring about this for the most part, but these walls can bug you out sometimes, so be careful of that. And for magic monsters only, they're actually disabling on death effect for the incendiary modifiers, so the one we talk about here, and they're also disabling the volatiles from the toxic modifier, so that is definitely a step in the correct direction. Hopefully the next step is going to give us like the ultimatum pose for everything, so like you are speaking or interacting actually with the column for the Calandra League, the time is stopping right there, and I don't know what part of that, maybe GG just doesn't want players to click on that and then decide if they want to log out or not. Hopefully that's not the reason, but I mean, the logout thing has been breaking balance in the game for like forever, ever since it was enabled, ever since it was considered a thing that should be done, and that's since the beginning of the game. So yeah, hopefully PoE2 is not going to have that, and they will be able to balance it in a decent manner. Also, Flasks will be able to have the fracture modifier. This is a big one, and well, we will see when that happens what you can make with Flask. I mean, they can only have 2 mods anyway, so I don't know how big that is, but it's definitely going to be really big for actually crafting serious E1 Flasks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's also some really nice concept art for the Kyrax Vault Pass this league. And there's all the items here, you can definitely check that out, check this shield, it's amazing. I'll put the link in the description below, there's more art down here, definitely recommended. And last but definitely not least, build of the week is back for another season. This is season 10. And yeah, for those who have been around ever since season 1, this is a very nice thing. For those who haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out. Basically, GG takes one weird or just particular build and describes it. And back in the days, it used to be Chris Wilson speaking behind the video. Now it's definitely a normal GGG employee. However, the production of the video is done really well. It explains really well and really easily how the build works, and it actually showcases some gameplay within reason, like the build is taking down big bosses, the build is mapping, and yeah, it's pretty nice. The build itself is pretty cool. It's a self-shock, which then proliferates the shock and is unaffected by its own shock. And with Flask's almost basically permanent uptime, it kind of clears everything with the new Lightning Conduit skill. So yeah, a pretty creative use for the new Lightning Conduit skills, which is a pretty fun skill actually, even though it's at least a 2-button build. In this case, well, it kind of becomes a 1-button build, because once your Flask are rolling, you only have to press the Lightning Conduit. But yeah, the build's pretty cool. Nice to see the build of the week back. Hopefully they can keep it up every week. Hopefully they have some backlog ready to go. And yeah, I guess that was all for this week. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. That was all. I've been your host Giorgio, and I'll see you guys the next time.